Hello once again everyone and welcome to Kruznik's Sanctuary. I'm your host Kruznik X and we are back in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers for the next leg of the Bulgin Southern Front quest. In the last episode we didn't do much. We just unlocked the final area, the Elamuk Climb, by way of Lunya's Stand. But we also got the Ethernet up for Camp Stava too, so... Anyway, let's not waste any more time because that maybe traitor Mesija is here, which means things are fixed. Let's get right down to it with the level 80 quest signature required.
It worked, Chris! We found a matching ethereal signature and traced it back to its source! Lilja is working on a device that will allow us to charge the crystal focus using the area's ambient ether. As you might expect, its extraction will be delicate work. As such, we should accompany you to oversee the operation ourselves. Shall we be off?
Do not know how I feel about this, but whatever. Alright, we need to go by way of Camp Stava. It's a good thing we... It's a good thing we got that Ethernet, that Aetherite on the last pass. It's up on that cliff. There we are. What the... I don't think so. That takes care of that. There better not be anything broken.
My apologies, Chris. Our preoccupation with the extraction device left us all but oblivious to their approach. It will not happen again.
It's fine.
Are you all right? I heard screaming. An ambush by the Garleans. Thankfully, Chris arrived before we came to harm. Another missed opportunity to see him in action. At least you're all unharmed. Lilja, have we reached our destination? I'm picking up a huge rise in the levels of NRG 108 waves. It's definitely the place. Then let us begin.
Now the question is, well, how much longer until its energies are fully restored?
An excellent question, but unfortunately a rather difficult one to answer with certainty. Considering the high concentrations of ether that it has absorbed thus far, I would imagine it has sufficient stores to suit our purposes. We must be mindful, however, that the naturally occurring ether of this location will take time to restore itself should we need to charge the focus again. Again? No. I don't think that will be necessary.
And here it comes.
Pardon?
One false move and she dies.
Why? Misija! What are you doing? Oh, don't worry. I still have need of you yet.
Though if he refuses to stand down... Who saw this coming? 'Cause I sure as shit did.
A wise decision.
Well, shit. Bashaljan's not gonna be happy about this.
She did what? No. No, I cannot believe it. By the gods! And you say she stole a crystal focus as well? I fear we have little time to determine the how and why of her betrayal. Mikoto's rescue must be made a priority. Be that as it may, Misija may not have been working alone. I need you to bring me a list of any close acquaintances she had within the Resistance. I have questions for them. Yes, sir! If I am to be completely honest with you, we haven't the troops to spare for Mikoto's rescue. We're stretched too thin as it is. But we cannot very well leave her to the mercy of the Empire. That they would capture her alive suggests a plan requiring her expertise and preternatural gifts. Until we can determine precisely where she is being held, I believe that few resources we have would be best focused on storming Castrum Lacus Latore. Once the Castrum falls, her safety can be more easily assured. We will focus all our efforts on her rescue thereafter. You have my word.
Meanwhile, at Castrum Lacus Latore,
And I'm tired of sitting about with our thumbs up our asses. Why wait for reinforcements when we could wipe the Boston resistance off the board in one fell swoop? Even with just the troops stationed here at the castrum, they wouldn't stand a chance!
You have already demonstrated gross insubordination by leading charges into the field against orders. Soldiers have been court-martialed for far less, and such behavior ill befits one of your station. I need not remind you that our true objective is the subjugation of Dalmasca and the seizure of its resources, not to engage in petty skirmishes with these Bolsjan curs. They will be dealt with in due course, but only once the Dalmascan resistance has been annihilated.
Who do you think you're talking to, boy? I know full well that we need to bring Dalmasca to heel, and I've said from the beginning that invading Bolsja was a waste of time. The sooner we get this over with, the better.
A waste of time. Yet who was it front and center during the invasion? I hope you have not forgotten the soldiers you sacrificed for the sake of this waste of time.
Retaining our foothold here is essential to our plans. Now that Doma and Alamigo have reclaimed their independence, the Bolsjans have been inspired to follow suit. Should they succeed, the Dalmascans will be next. We cannot hope to withstand a united resistance from all sides.
Don't waste your breath, Albaleo. The only thing this rabid dog understands is bloodshed.
Watch your tongue, or it's your blood that will be shed next!
Snarl at me all you like, but there is no escaping the truth. The Empire is doomed to fall, and before long the Fourth Legion will have no home to return to.
Your point being?
If Gabranth is to build his new nation, we have to regain control of these provinces.
Well, you know our dear boy Noah better than most, and I'm sure you've made plans of your own for this new nation he's building.
I don't appreciate your tone. Are you implying that I would betray his trust?
Oh, would you stop? If anyone hates this pedantic pageantry more than me, it's you.
Perhaps. But so long as I have a hand to play, am I wrong to keep it?
That's the way of it, eh? Fine. Stay here and hatch your schemes. My place is on the battlefield.
Very well, if that is your wish. But when the dust settles and the judgment bells toll, I pray you will be ready to answer for your transgressions.
Are you certain this is wise?
A dog he may be, but he is not without his uses. I dare say there is none more loyal to Gabranth and the Fourth Legion. What's more, he is not so foolish as to seek out the false glory of an honorable death in battle. He and his beast should prove adequate distraction for our enemies. In the meantime, I leave the castrum in your hands. Should the Bolsjans advance this far, I trust you will not disappoint me.
By your leave. Alright, let's continue to speak with Basaljan.
Our scouts have yet to find any trace of Mikoto, but I promise we will bring her back safely. For now, let us focus our efforts on retaking the castrum.
Oh, we have a quest from Lilja, too. Alright, let's do it.
Listen, Chris, I don't want to get our hopes up, but I think I know how to find Mikoto. You said Miss Sija waited until after the crystal focus had absorbed ether from the area before making off with it and Mikoto, right? Well, if we can use this equipment to trace the ethereal signature of the charged crystal focus, maybe it will lead us to Mikoto, too. That's assuming, of course, they're being kept in the same place. We're going to want to cover the entire southern front, and for that, at least 2 more sensors need to be set up out there. Think you're up to it?
Let's do it.
I found 2 spots that should give us maximum coverage. Here, let me mark them on your map. I know it's a long shot, but we have to try, right?
Where are they? The first one far south. Let's rock. We're just gonna cut through. We're almost there. I kind of wish we had a faster mount speed, but I'm hoping that'll change after this quest, but we'll see. Right at the south, huh? Right outside Old Bolja. Or right outside the site. Alright. Lilja, it's set.
All set? Then I'll start up the remote scanner.
It's in.
That should do it. 1 more, and with any luck, we'll track down the crystal focus and Mikoto.
The other one is south of Camp Steva. Or is there... Oh, there's one that'll put us right near it. We'll do that. We'll probably die in this, but... We need a healer. Yes! 45 seconds. It beats teleporting, you know? Here we go again. And this guy's the math one. Oh shit. At least it was only damage down and not. Alright, 8. What is it going? Multiples of 4. I don't need to do anything. It's awesome. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, phew. I forgot about that little annoying... Multiples of 3. Wait, 9. Wait for it. Here we go. Forest March. Boom. Oh my god, I'm still alive. Okay, it's going that way. It's going that way. Oh, bullshit! Bullshit! Can our party get a raise, please? Like, they are not... Alright, it looks like Greg got... Yeah, our healer could use a little bit of a res, but, you know, we're just supposed to sit here like a bunch of dumbasses while our dancer does all the work. Why would you raise the samurai before finding the healer? Then again, he doesn't know. This fight is bullshit sometimes. Having an attack like that as often as that should be fucking illegal. Yay, finally got a raise. Boo! I got raised during this attack. I am not worried about that now. That was bullcrap, and I do not want to do any more. I'm running this way. To hell with critical encounters and resistance. I don't care. Because that fight was bullshit. I spent most of that time dead. Took me a bit, but I'm actually here.
All set? Then I'll start up the remote scanner.
How's it look?
Perfect! Come back to base and I'll see if I can't track down the crystal focus.
Good, to hell with this area. That fight was bullcrap. Like, total, incredibly huge bullcrap.
Ah, you're back.
What's wrong? Do we need another sensor?
No, everything went according to plan. I managed to locate the crystal focus. The thing is...
It is as we feared. The crystal focus is being held at the castrum.
Makes sense when you think about it. What with it being the enemy's main stronghold and all. Sorry for wasting your time out there, Chris.
Nonsense, Lilja. For all we knew, the focus could very well have been moved to Dalmasca. But thanks to you and Blade Valentine, We have removed all doubt as to its whereabouts.
That's true, I suppose.
The reason for Misija's betrayal yet eludes us, but the Gallians are not like to understand how to make use of the crystal focus, not without assistance. Meaning Mikoto is, in all likelihood, being held at the castrum as well.
Then there's still a chance to save her.
Meanwhile, at Castrum Lacus Litor, or Litore, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yes, over here, over there. Misija. Where? You're going to answer a few questions for me. We can start with how you are able to glimpse into the future. Misija, why? Why are you helping the Empire? I'm the one asking the questions here. Now answer! No, not until you tell me why. I don't think you understand your situation here. Are you truly that naive? Is it for power? Renown? Have you always been on their side? I know you, Misija. You're a woman of conviction, and you wouldn't do something like this without good reason. If you know me as well as you say, I would hazard you already have the answer. You would truly place your faith in Noah von Gunbrand? I've read about him and his father. The famed knights from the Republic of Landis. They say he was a man of vision. He was made legatus of the 4th Imperial Legion. And from what intelligence I could gather, he pays no heed to race, parentage, or creed of his followers. And that same impartial judgment extends to the provinces under his control, if I'm not mistaken. Havens for those seeking a life free of prejudice and hate. But do you truly believe equality can be found under an imperial standard? My. The dutiful bookworm can read between the lines. Perhaps I gave you too little credit. I can but posit theories and conjecture, for I will never truly know the indignity your family suffered. Nor can I speak on the alarming disparity between the nobles and commoners, even before Bozja succumbed to imperial rule. As I understand, it was a country where the needs of the few outweighed those of the many. The wealthy were free to forge their own futures, while the poor were free only to die should they fail in their daily struggle to survive. And even if some few nobles were opposed to the nation being governed by an oligarchy, their peers would never relinquish their power and wealth for the greater good. While that Bozja is no more, I realize there are those among the resistance who yearn for the halcyon days of their forebears, who would judge you based on your lineage rather than the content of your character. Their voices are but echoes of a reprehensible past. You should understand better than anyone the future Basaljan and Marsak mean to build. A way forward paved with dignity and equality. Times change, Miss Seja. People change. No. People don't change. They only fool themselves into believing they can. I was ridiculed, marginalized, treated like an other. By the mere virtue of being highborn, theirs was the righteous path, mine the immoral. Basaljan and Marsak claim they want to put an end to the discrimination, but there is no escaping their true nature. Their hatred must be driven out with force. Would putting your faith in them be such a terrible thing? Oh, if you knew the depths of their malice, their treachery. Perhaps I should tell you the tragedy of Queen Gunhilda and the great betrayal of her followers. I'm sure you've heard of the legends of Save the Queen. The blessed blade that could only be wielded by Queen Gunhilda. Yes, I've heard the tales. When her kingdom came under attack during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, she brought the full might of the blade to bear to save her people, and in so doing gave her own life. A bittersweet end to her reign, but I fail to see what it has to do with anything. Before the Fourth Umbral Calamity, Gunhilda's blades foresaw their coming doom. As the kingdom's acting political body, they saw it as their duty to save their people at any cost, and so devised a plan to save Bozja using the power of the Holy Blade. The Queen's body would serve as a conduit for the Blade's power, allowing them to summon a god. No, you don't mean... A primal summoning, yes. Though perhaps it would be more fitting to call it an icon. The blade was, after all, originally a relic stolen from the Alagans. An icon? Heavens forfend! There was one problem, however. The Queen knew that, once she took in the power of this god, there would be no turning back. She was a coward, and despite her duty to protect the people, she chose her own life over theirs. Yet, Gunhilda's blades would not see their efforts come to naught, for they soon realized the sacrifice need not be the presently reigning queen, nor did they need to be of noble blood. And so a low-born shrine maiden was chosen to ascend the throne. Obedient to a fault, she did not hesitate to give her life to forestall the coming calamity. Would that this tragic tale end there, but I'm afraid it takes a rather bloody turn. You see, despite sacrificing herself to save Bozja, the new queen did not die, nor was she consumed by the icon's power. There was a woman of Ishgard, Isael. There was a woman of Ishgard, Isael, capable of such a feat. But to embrace the power of the icon and retain her sense of self, that would mean this queen possessed the Echo. And her power struck fear into the hearts of Gunhilda's blades, for a god now walked among them. But rather than the puppet the blades had wished for, she was pure and free, and for that she was slain. The blades would not, could not, risk her discovering the truth of her ascension. That she was but a sacrificial lamb to save their high-born brethren. They claimed the queen had gone mad, drunk with the god's power, leaving them no choice but to slay her. She was then buried along with the blade and the truth. Where did you hear this? Let's just say it's a bit of a family history. Now answer my question. How are you able to see into the future? I don't know. I've never been able to use it of my own volition. I suppose it doesn't matter. We'll drag it out of you soon enough.
Oh, shit. They have another one of those. Alright, let's speak with Lilja.
Just thinking about what they might be doing to Mikoto. Please, you have to save her!
Yeah, that's easier said than done. Alright. A resistance rank of 10 is required to proceed with this quest, so the next quest will be the Lady of Blades, and we've got a lot of work to do. But that's it for this episode of Cruising Sanctuary. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live from PlayStation, and you like this show, click the follow button. Be sure to turn on notifications so you're well informed, and feel free to subscribe to me if you're feeling generous. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more by me, click here to watch the next episode, and click here to watch the previous one.